Hi and welcome to UpSkul's Product Lifecycle Management Guide. In this video, we are going to learn about a product's life cycle. My name is Robert, I am an AI trainer, focused on making your learning process smooth and quick. Let's quickly look at the topics we will cover in this lecture. First, we will learn what is a product life cycle. Then, we will move on to explore different stages of product life cycle. A real-world example of different stages in a product's life. Importance of a product life cycle, and consequences of poor product life cycle management. What is product life cycle? A product life cycle is the length of time from a product first being introduced to customers until it is removed from the market. This concept is used by management and marketing professionals to make marketing and sales decisions, such as whether or not to increase advertising, reduce prices, expand to new markets, or redesign packaging. The process of strategizing ways to continuously support and maintain a product is called product lifecycle management. Product's life cycle goes through 5 stages, namely, development, introduction, growth, maturity and decline. Each stage has its own costs, risks, and opportunities, and you'll have to adapt your strategies depending on where you are in the life cycle. The development stage is the start of the product journey. This stage of the product life cycle is about refining your concept, testing your product, and creating a launch strategy. Concept testing with real potential users is an important part of the development step. With concept testing, you'll know your target market's reaction to your concept and make changes according to their feedback before you've even begun to create. The introduction phase of the product life cycle is when you launch your product. Your marketing team will be focused on building product awareness and reaching your target market. Typically, all content marketing and inbound marketing are based on promoting the product. Depending on the complexity of your product, the competition, how new and innovative it is, and other factors, you may spend more time than you expected at this stage. The growth phase of the product life cycle is when your customers are familiar with your products and buy into your marketing. Demand and profits are growing, and the competition is looking to interrupt your success. Marketing in this stage moves from getting consumers' attention to establishing a brand presence. Show them why they should choose you over the competition. As your company grows, you may add new features to your product, beef up your support services, and open new distribution channels. All of these efforts will be solidly featured in your marketing. When sales begin to level off from rapid growth, you're entering the maturity stage. You may have to reduce prices to stay competitive. Now, your marketing campaigns focus on differentiation instead of awareness, pointing out your superior product features. During this stage, production costs decline and sales are steady. It's tempting to sit back and enjoy the steady sales, but you must make ongoing improvements to your product and let consumers know that it's continuing to get better. If your brand experiences fierce competition or loses market share, you may experience the decline stage of the product life cycle. Sales will typically decrease in the face of rising competition. When a company sees market decline, leadership may discontinue the product, sell the company, or innovate the existing product. Let's understand the product life cycle with the classic example of a typewriter. The first typewriter was patented in 1868. It had been in development for nearly 300 years as inventors tried to perfect a design. By the late 1800s, commercial typewriters were made available to the public. Shortly thereafter, typewriters were used in businesses, homes, and offices. Typewriters lingered until the 1980s when emerging technologies pushed them to decline. Typewriters were, for the most part, discontinued in favor of computers, tablets, and smartphones. Most typewriters available today are novelty items and vintage collectibles. There are many benefits to product life cycle management. Your position in the cycle impacts everything from marketing strategy to profitability. Product life cycle management allows you to make informed decisions based on the life cycle stage. Each stage of the product life cycle has different ideal marketing strategies. Knowledge of each phase will contribute to the successful launch and sustainability of a product. Increase ROI on product launch. Companies can maximize profits upon launch by creating a strong market entry with product life cycle planning. Increase company profitability. Adapting to each stage of the product life cycle promotes interaction and helps to improve sales across the product's lifetime. Proactively tweak your marketing messages. Adjusting marketing messages and strategies, in line with the maturity of a product, will help to sustain customer engagement with your product. Maintain and improve product appeal, reputation, and customer loyalty. Product Lifecycle Management allows marketing teams to evaluate product appeal and introduce variations or make alterations to keep interest high. Effective Product Lifecycle Management helps to pinpoint strategies to boost customer engagement with a product and then sustain it across the product's entire lifetime. Businesses that don't adequately manage a product lifecycle will encounter consequences. Without the structure and direction that the product lifecycle offers, companies may run into the following problems. Failure of the product to meet its potential. Mismanagement of the product lifecycle could mean that a product does not reach its intended audience, reducing revenue. Reduced shelf life. Poor management of a product can cause a premature decline in consumer interest. Excess inventory. Without adapting to shifts in consumer behavior alongside a product's growing maturity, your business may overproduce and undersell a product. Loss of profits. Ineffective management will create additional marketing costs at each stage of a product's life cycle, reducing profits. Understanding and adapting to each new stage of the product life cycle will create successful products with the longevity to exist within a market for several years or more. So, that was all about product life cycle. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.